This is the Ampleforth tether pair on KuCoin, the daily chart, and I just wanted to tell you my story of how I got completely and utterly wrecked last night. I lost about, I think, $5,000 on this one. And normally, whatever, I'm totally cool with losses. This, on the other hand, was a little different. I mean, yes, I made the trade. I'm 100% responsible for making this trade, and it is my fault for not researching what Ampleforth was, or is, I should say. Which is basically a pseudo stablecoin. And the problem with a pseudo stablecoin is that technicals don't matter. And the thing that really annoyed me, I wasn't investing back here. So this Ampleforth came on the radar of a lot of YouTubers and other people when they saw these incredible 200% gains. This one run up was like 200%, and then it had like a really nice retracement, and then it had another run up that was like another 134%, and then a nice retracement, and then another like 138%. So I actually got involved here about $1.69, $1.71 I bought in, and then I sold right about here. So I made a good 55%. I put like $3,000 into it, made like 55% on my $3,000. Awesome. And then I'm like, okay, it's time to wait for the retracement, and it came like clockwork. And I'm like, awesome. So I bought back in. Where did I buy back in? About $1.57 ish on this candle here. Bought back in on $1.57. I'm like, looking at all the technicals, it's below the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA, and the volume was looking good. I'm like, okay, it's gonna bounce about here, and it did. It actually bounced about. Oops. Sorry, one sec. It actually bounced about 20-30%. Up here, but I didn't sell. I was like, okay, this thing has the potential to go bounce here. I thought it was gonna bounce at least to here. I had a couple targets on the 20 EMA. I had gonna sell 50%, and then there was like a trend line kind of drawn here. I had also, and I thought it was gonna bounce off that trend line. Maybe, who knows? It might have kept going. Whatever. I would have made a ton of money at that point. But it just kept going down and down and down, and I'm like, okay. At the point of, I bought more at $1.07, which was because I'm like you look at the technicals on this, it's extremely oversold on the CCI. I use the CCI, same with the RSI, the same thing. Well, it's not the same thing, but anyway. On the RSI, it tells you when it's oversold, and it was really looking oversold because that little hook, and it looked like it was about to turn around and bounce back. And I've made a ton of money trading like that, but it kept going down, and it's like, what? This doesn't make any sense, because look at all this resistance, look at all this support right here. So instead of selling and looking, or instead of actually just looking into the project and seeing really what it was, I went and had a nap. And then it kept going down. I woke up and it was about 70 cents. So at this point, I'm down, whoops, wrong way. About 55%. 57, and let's see, get that right. So yeah, I'm down about 55%. I'm down, yeah, so it's I basically cashed out. I didn't cash out. I went and I looked, and I'm like, holy crap, this thing is fun. The technicals don't matter, because this is a pseudo stable coin. It's designed to be about $1, which really annoyed me. Of course, that's my fault. I didn't look into Ampleforth. I just looked at the technicals. I saw that there was a ton of volume, and usually 99% of the time, that's enough to get in. That's enough for me to trade it, because I'm not a long-term holder. I do have I have a wide portfolio of tokens that I am holding, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, because they're so good, and they're gonna, skyrocket in the future, among many others. But Ampleforth was man, look at this trending market. I wanted to be a part of it, and I didn't look. I did, so I'm just, don't be like me. Don't get into a project just because it's trending, even though I'm probably gonna do that in the future. At least take time, make sure it's not some retarded pseudo stablecoin bullshit like Ampleforth. I'm not saying it's not going to do well. It has its place, but as a trader, as a long-term holder, of other things, but as a trader mainly, avoid it, completely avoid it. And as you can see, so I sold at 70 cents, and right now the price is just over 80 cents. Will that price eventually make it up to $1? Yeah, probably. But at this point, I don't care because the technicals don't matter, and I'm just like really annoyed at myself and for not seeing this in the future. So the lesson here is definitely research coins a little bit, at least learn what they do and how they work a little bit, just so you can trade it. Because like I've made tons and tons of money not looking at fundamentals because, technicals are more short term, right? But yeah, anyway, that's my I lost 5,000 US dollars last night story. Honestly, I can't see why anyone would really waste their time with this token, especially if you're investing for the long term. There's so many better tokens, and why would you invest in a pseudo stablecoin for gains in the future? I mean, yes, you still maintain the percentage of the network, but you're losing and gaining tokens all the time. Like, I mean, for me, as a long-term hold, this does not make sense. Maybe it's just because I lost $5,000 last night, which is fine. And again, don't invest money that you can't lose. I do have a lot more money. It's not a big deal. This is more of just like an annoyance of why I'm making this video. Because the technicals didn't matter. That's so annoying. Anyway, that is my Ampleforth investment losing $5,000 in one night story. Like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.